Hi everybody, it's Miss Jennifer and it is time for our STEAM Artist Trading Card. And we are going to do a tessellation. We've got some more complex things coming up in the future, but we're going to begin with this. So tessellation is where you have tiles that touch each other completely. There's no space in between. And we are going to give this a try, drawing it freehand and using opposing colors. So let's go ahead and grab this and we will get started. Now I have a bunch of false starts here because I've not been having the best of luck with my videos today. But let's just take a look here and see what we have. Can you tell which one of these is correct for a checkerboard? This one, right? Now notice, these are not actually square. They are rectangles. These are much closer to actual squares. So when we're making this, that's what we're going to try to do. Now, could we use a ruler and do it exactly? Yes, we could. But I want you to learn to see. So seeing that this isn't a square is more important than having a finished product. So we're trying to learn to see, and it's called size relationships, and it is very important in art, and it is more important that you learn how to see and record what you see than it is to draw perfectly. We can do that on the computer if we needed to. Now I'm going to zoom in, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with our pencil here, and we are going to try to divide this into thirds. So actually, let's do it this way first. I'm going to divide it in half, and you can even, try to kind of fold it if you want to see exactly where the half would be. And you want to go straight down the middle. And they should look, this should be parallel to that. Now we're going to go and we're going to divide this in half again. And I can just, I can just kind of eyeball it. And then I pull it straight down. Now these should all look exactly the same or close to it. Now when we come this way, it might be a little bit easier for us to see if it's a square. Straight down we go. And same thing over here. And I can see I started this one too far over. And I just come in here and erase. And pretty quickly we have our squares. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We will be doing some heavy outlines to clean up our edges. The edges are where, see these, this and this is an edge. So it's not a line because there is no outline. So edges are important that you learn what that is. Now, checkerboards are sometimes black and red or black and white. But we're going to use opposing colors. Now, opposing colors are colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel, like purple and yellow, blue and orange, which is this one right here. Now, see how well that shows up? And the purple and yellow show up well, too. But we're going to go with red and green. So those are the sets of complementary colors. And red and green, now we would normally start light and then go dark, but red and green are the same value, meaning they have the same darkness to them. And what we want to do is go inside these lines. Let me come down a little bit so you can see. And we are going to go inside of the line to draw our red box. See how I stay on the inside of that line? And then I color it in. Now, with crayons, you want to really bear down hard. Now, some people say you wanted to do it like this and just color it in lightly, but you can see it doesn't look nearly as good as this. So let's go ahead and color it in all the way and see the difference. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Now, if you have a surface underneath you that is rough, it's going to make it harder to color in all the way. But do the best you can. All right, and now we're going to stay on the inside of this line. And it's very important that we don't overlap these. Now, some people will just go ahead and draw the lines all the way across, but you cannot do that for a real checkerboard because then it won't be square to square. So you see, and you do have to be careful with these crayons. Now, if you want to, you could go every other one and do it that way. So let's try that. Now I'm going to come in with my green. And I'm going to stay inside the square. Now see how I put my finger as a stop to help me color quickly. This is a trick I learned years ago. I don't know where. All right. Looking good so far, right? All right, now remember, you got to alternate every other one. So in this time, the green is going to go here. Stay inside the lines. And color in. Make it dark. Now we can take the red. Now see how that point comes to the other point? That is the main thing. Now it's kind of hard to do with crayons, to be honest, but if we can do it with crayons, we can do it with anything. So this is good practice to learn to use our crayons and learn how to color in darkly. And crayons are inexpensive and everyone has access to them, so can really do with more with them than you think, but it does require a little bit of work on your part to make it come out well. Now, if you wanted to do it just without coloring it in dark, you could, but it's not going to look nearly as good as if you color it in. Putting some pressure on that crayon and getting all the white removed. Ooh, nice, huh? It's looking very, you know what, Christmassy. Now, most of the time when you see colors used, you won't see a complementary color scheme unless it's something that you want a lot of attention. Like a sports team. Lots of sports teams use them. And, you know, the red and the green, you don't usually see that color scheme unless it's at Christmas. And it's so bold, you can't miss it. And that's why it's so recognizable for that holiday. I'm not sure why those colors got started for that. Maybe it was because of holly. Who knows? All right, this is fun. Now, as you go along, you can make any corrections that you need. See, I move that line down a little bit. I really just want you to see if you can make sure that it's square. And you take your time. Now, if your hand gets tired, instead of just starting to scribble, what I would like you to do is stop for a minute. Go get a drink of water. Come back. A lot of times artists, if they're working on a good big project, they cannot finish it in one sitting. It's too much to do and your hand gets tired. And better to walk away than to mess up your hard work. Now look at all these I started videos for how to start over. So even though I've been doing this forever, I still make mistakes, and that's okay because the one that I end up with is going to be the best one. All right. I hope that you understand about this corner thing. The corner should touch but not overlap. We will be doing checkerboard again next month, and we're going to take it to a whole nother level. So make sure you get and understand this. And maybe we'll do some more complex tessellations at some point. And like I say, they're very mathematical. Geometry, maybe. I'm not sure what you would call it, but I was never very good at things like that. But I do have to know how to do it to be good with my artwork. When you get to where you're drawing squares or shapes that recede into space, you really need to be able to recognize what you're doing. All right. Now I'm going to try to clean up everything before I move on by outlining my shapes one more time. I really want to get right in here. There we go. What do you think? Looking good? Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to get rid of all that wax, because crayons are made of wax and it pills up. And I did good. When I was doing this one here, I got purple all over, so I didn't like it. All right. Now, we could leave it like this. Or if you want to, I like this because it looks a little cleaner. So sometimes when you draw a line, it will clean up all these edges. And being as it is a crayon, and we can't be but so precise with it, I'm going to go ahead with my Sharpie right on top. And it seems like it will draw on top of the Sharpie, which is amazing. Because sometimes you can't draw on top of wax. But Sharpies are pretty good. And you see how I'm going straight. Now, what I'm really trying to hit is that edge in between the green and the red. And I'm doing a pretty good job. Go slow. Take your time. You have all the information that you need right there. Bam! How's that? Hand-drawn checkerboard. You did it all by yourself. No rulers, no nothing. And it looks awesome. Great job. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye!